Champs, it's December 31st. We've come to the end of yet another year, which means we're going to be looking back at my platinums and trophy hunting for 2025. And in my opinion, it's been quite a good year. The numbers might not be as high, but certain things have been achieved, and we're going to go through all the different things. So I'm just going to glance at my notes. Just to give you a general overview, in total, I achieved 16 platinums, which was the exact same as last year. And to be honest, I got to 16 because I had a big month in December. My most amount of platinums up until December all year, the most platinums I had in a month was 2 platinums. And that was on like 2 or 3 months, I think, maybe just 2 months I did that. In December, I got 6 platinums. So that really took my number up. Of those 16 platinums, 7 are on the PS5 and 7 are on the PS4, which means shockingly I had 2 PS3 platinums, which I actually half forgot about. But then when I went back through the year in my head, one of them was quite a big one. So another stat for you is games which I had already had the platinum, but I went back and got the 100%. There are 9 of those games. So quite proud of that. We'll be talking about backlogs and completion percentages as well throughout this video. So there's a couple of themes to this year. I'd say 4 themes that stood out when I look back at the year. The first one, the most obvious one, is Call of Duty. So this year I got 5 Call of Duty platinums. I just don't know. I got my first one in January and just caught a bug. I think I just started to get better at them and realized how much fun they are and kind of kept working on them. Right now I've got 2 on the go, one on the PS4 and the PS5. And I've got 2 old ones from the PS3 from my 2009, 2010 days, which I'd like to go back and finish. So Call of Duty has been a big theme of the year. Big shout out to my boy Get Shanked, a big support of this channel. He's my Call of Duty partner. We do a lot of zombies and co-op together and play together, so that's made it a lot more fun when you've got someone to share it with. Theme number 2, ultra rare. So before 2025, I had 6 ultra rare trophies, not platinums, just trophies. And now I have 38 and a few platinums. So as we go along the list, I'll talk you through them. So that was quite a big improvement. Theme number 3 would be grinding trophies. Can you get better at grinding trophies? Maybe I've gained patience, I don't know, but I had quite a few trophies this year that were just an absolute grind fest, and I actually saw them through to the end. I've even started a few more that I have to see through to the end, so that'd be theme number 3. And then lastly, theme number 4, which I know a lot of you who are regular viewers will know this, completion percentage and backlog focus from about mid-year onwards. So that became kind of the priority, really. So I looked through my early videos of the year, and the first one I can find, which shows my PSN Profiles, is my Black Ops 6 video. So as of January 31st, my stats were, and I'll try and put them on screen, 188 games played, 80 completed. My completion percentage at Jan 31st was 62.60%, although throughout the year, the lowest that I saw it at was 61.93%, which is, I think, in August, and that's what kind of encouraged me to work on it. I had 3,576 unearned trophies, and I was earning 1.01 trophy per day. Compare that to today, I'm now at 197 games, so I gained 9 games. I'm at 97 games completed. Somehow I got 17, which I guess adds up if you go through it. My completion percentage as of the end of year is 67.56%, which I think is quite a vast improvement from August, 61.93. I basically gained 5.5%. Would have been higher if Assassin's Creed Mirage didn't decide to release a DLC like 10 years later. And it would have been better if COD HQ didn't exist and Black Ops 7 wasn't automatically added to my trophy list, even though I didn't own the game at the time. I'm currently at 3,333 trophies unearned. Yes, 4 threes in a row. It's really weird. Bear in mind, when I started in August, my backlog project, my unearned trophies were like 3,900. So the number it was in January isn't as high as it was at its highest point in the year. It was at like 3,900 something. So I brought it down by at least 600 trophies. And I'm up to 1.11 trophies per day, which is great because grinding out games and DLCs have kind of, I get more trophies naturally per day. I also know what I'm doing. I have more of a plan, whereas I didn't before. I was just playing whatever game I wanted to platinum and then getting bored and playing Resident Evil 4. Right, so let's jump to PSN Profiles and let's review this year. So this is my profile as of the end of the year. Make sure this is not filtered in any way. So yeah, these are all the stats that I've gone through. Incidentally, I didn't mention it, but ever since I started my backlog completion percentage project, my country rank has finally started to go up. So I was stuck on like 12,100 for ages, but it's actually starting to go up quite a fair bit. Let's start at January, which is, these are all out of order now because I've started to complete some games, so they've popped up ahead, and some platinums I platinumed, but then I completed the 100% a bit later. So this is not in platinum order, but I'm going to do my best to explain it in order, if that makes sense. But we're going to go through the year. So let me get up my platinums on my phone as well, so it's easier to stick to order if possible, just to give you a overview of the year. Right, here we go. So January I began the year with a very good trophy, actually. I spent about 5 to 6 days over post-Christmas Day, so it was like just before New Year's, this period that we're in now, basically, up until January 3rd, grinding out this ultra rare trophy in Red Dead Redemption 2. It's art. If you know, you know. It's the squirrel statue trophy. It's a pain in the backside. So my first trophy of the year was an ultra rare in a great game. So I started the year well. I don't know why I didn't continue with this game. I don't know. We'll never know. So then my first platinum of the year was A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead. Yeah, quite straightforward. I made a little video on this game, on this platinum. Short game. What I will say about this quickly is, if you want to platinum Alien Isolation, but you're too scared or you're too worried about how scared you might be, because I saw a lot of comments about that game when I made a video about it, play this first. This is a good practice game for Alien Isolation, because it's the same thing. You have an RNG stalker enemy that you can't really kill, but he's blind, so it's a little bit easier. It's all about sound. So this was a straightforward platinum. Then I got this absolute bad boy of a platinum. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 PS4. Took me 2 months and 4 weeks. I bought this game on launch, had a blast with it, live streamed it, I think, twice. A traditional COD Platinum normally has campaign, which you have to play on the hardest difficulty. Multiplayer trophies, you have to prestige once, so get to like level 55. And zombie mode. And this was that. This had all 3 of those modes. And I had never really played zombies before. So Black Ops 6, I had to get kind of taught how to play zombies. Thankfully, I had some absolute bosses on the live stream helping me get shanked, Shaz, and I think Bullet. So they kind of carried me through the zombies. The multiplayer and campaign trophies were pretty straightforward. The reason I really love this game is, for whatever reason, I'm very good at the multiplayer. Like, I'm really good. Whenever I play multiplayer, 9 times out of 10, I'm always easily in the top 3 of my team. Normally competing for first place. I get quite a lot of kills. I really like it. It's my favorite COD multiplayer ever. And it's a DLC on my PS5. So I'm going to go back and complete it a second time. Then we tried Evil West. I don't know why I gave up on this game. I think I just got a bit bored, to be honest, but I am going to go back to it because it's part of Project Backlog. So I will get back to it. It wasn't a bad game. I don't know. I just got bored. And then I picked up a copy of Terminator Salvation on the PS3. Look at this. 1 platinum, 11 gold. That's it. And each gold is literally for each mission, I believe. Yeah, I did this in a day. I did this in 2 days. This is such a straightforward, easy platinum. If you have a PS3, I highly recommend this. It's a decent game. It's not bad. It's nothing special. I don't know why this is here. This is a PSN Profiles.com glitch because I have one trophy. I popped it in 2023, as you can see, but for some reason it's here, but that's fine. I believe the final DLC for this game finally came out in line with the third film. I'm going to get this 100% in the new year. So then we got on to Platinum number 4, which was Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. A good game. It's a 3-person co-op. The campaign is really straightforward. It's 6 missions and you do it in 6 hours and it's done. And then you have the operations mode, which is literally like campaign, but more missions. I don't know why it's like that, but anyway. And then you have multiplayer, which there is a few annoying trophies. This was a good game. It was one of those platinums that I applaud it because it's one of those platinums that makes you see and do everything in the game. You play as every different class in multiplayer. You have to do loads of things in the campaign. And there's a massive grind, which we'll talk about at the end. Then we did Doom: The Dark Ages, one of the few day one purchases of the year, actually. I didn't like this game. I didn't like this game. I don't know. It did not click. I loved Doom 2016. I liked Doom Eternal. This one, I don't know. It just didn't click. Their whole marketing thing was stand tall, stand your ground or something, like, i.e., because you can parry, you have a shield and you can parry things. So the whole thing was you can stand still per se and just fight everyone and parry things. But Doom's a game that's based off like high kinetic movement, and whenever I stood still and tried parrying things, I had enemies all around me on massive battlefields shooting me, taking my health. So the whole standing still thing didn't really work for me. I just think the levels lacked a bit of verticality. I remember it was all quite flat and wide, and it was just I don't know, it didn't click, and I got rid of my copy. But I'm 90% sure I kept my save file, so if they do DLC, which they probably will, I'll have to get a copy again and do the DLC to keep it 100%. This again should not be here. The reason this is because when you play the Vita and you pop a trophy, it doesn't actually count on your trophy list yet, because the trophy pops on the Vita's system, and then you have to go into the trophies menu and you have to be connected to Wi-Fi, and then the Vita will connect to your actual PSN account properly and then log the trophy. And I think I took my Vita to Japan and I turned it on and connected to Wi-Fi, and then these trophies came onto my system. But that's probably the day I got them. So I've just not been playing the Vita at all, but I have to, because I have to get this game. I have to get this platinum. Then we come on to an absolute banger of a game, another day one purchase, and I'm quite glad I did it. I'm not a huge AC fan. This is only my second full AC game that I played. Fantastic game. I'll talk about it a bit later, but absolutely, I thought it was a fantastic game. Beautiful visuals, great graphics, great recreation of feudal Japan. I liked the 2-character system. I know some people didn't. I liked it because you could be a sneaky little stealth assassin with one, and you could be an absolute brute with the other, and it kind of worked. It stopped things getting boring, but I really liked it. I actually platinumed, well, not platinum, but I played Warhammer and Assassin's Creed at the same time. I know it's months apart, but I was kind of grinding them both out at the same time. It helped kind of, when I got bored of one game, I could jump to the other. And then when I started DLC project backlog and all that, as you can see, yeah, we're in September now. I went for my old classic favorite, Hitman 2. I think Hitman 2 is really annoying because it had DLCs on the system, on the PS Store, that can't be accessible anymore. So now if you didn't buy those, you can't get these trophies. I also had a trophy glitch on me, which is going to stop me 100%ing Hitman 2. It annoyed me so much, I emailed IO Interactive, raised a ticket, they still haven't got back to me. That's fine. And then we did Far Cry 5, there's 3 DLCs. I finished 2 of them. I've got the Zombies one to do. And I kind of need to co-op it with someone as well, because you have to get gold medals in all the missions, which is kind of easier done co-op. So I do want to finish this. I want to get this done and get it 100%. Far Cry 4, I got up to 100%. It was 1 DLC. It was actually quite fun, and I really liked doing it. Astro's Playroom, I realized it wasn't 100%. I downloaded it, found out I didn't have a save file. That's a theme. So I replayed it. I sped run the game so quickly. Like, I literally just churned through it so quick just to get to the end so I could do the DLC. But it was worth it. It was fun. Then we got this. This is my proudest. Is it my proudest 100%? It's my proudest post-platinum 100%, i.e. a game I platinum and I went back to 100%, because there was like 36 trophies. There's 6 tombs you have to do. You have to do a speed run. Yeah, you do a challenge speed run. You have to do a run where you get points by shooting orbs and lanterns. And there's another run you have to do, but I can't remember. Each DLC has a side mission in the game. I didn't have a save file, so guess what I had to do? I had to speed run this game. I sped run this game so quickly. Yeah, these 2 are back to back. Don't know how I did it back to back, but anyway. The Callisto Protocol, loads of DLC. I did Riot Mode, and I think I just did Riot Mode. To 100% this game, I have to do 2 hardcore playthroughs, hardcore and then hardcore New Game Plus, which is just utterly pointless. I have to do Contagion mode playthrough, and I have to do it without dying. So I have to do at least 3 playthroughs. I've also got the PS4 stack, so there's a lot of Callisto Protocol to be played, and I like the game. I just don't love it that much, and it gets so repetitive so quick. So I think throughout of next year, when I'm bored in between platinums, got like a free hour or 2, maybe I can chip away at this. Resident Evil Village, I platinum. This is the only Resident Evil game I've platinum twice. I don't know why. Of all the games, I don't know why. I haven't done 2 twice. I haven't done 3, but I haven't done my beloved 4 yet. But I've got plans for that. But Village PS4 was not 100%, so I quickly went back and did the DLC. It was fun. I'm actually probably going to do a playthrough of this in January for fun, just to get in the Resident Evil mood for 9. Still Wakes the Deep. I picked up the DLC, Siren's Rest. It was really good. I think it was recommended to me by Gupta, a big friend of the channel, and it is excellent. It takes place underwater, which I love. The graphics are really nice, and it's just a different style of gameplay, when you're underwater and stuff. So we haven't had a platinum in a while. So then we have Black Ops 3. I know what platinum's next. We have Black Ops 3, which is a massive undertaking. It's a very rare platinum, 0.81%. It's got loads of DLCs, which I bought. So me and Get Shanked were doing this. We did a playthrough on the hardest difficulty, which was a bit challenging, but wasn't that bad, actually. We got through it quite smoothly. Then we had to do another playthrough on the second hardest difficulty, but neither of us can go down. Which means like when you revive each other, so you can't go down at all. So again, in the end, that kind of went smoothly. Now we have a massive grind, which I'll talk about at the end when I'll do a few awards at the end, and we'll get to that. But this is a platinum I hope to get next year at some point. Then we've got Last of Us 2, PS4. I had to do Grounded and Permadeath. Those are the 2 trophies left. Got them done. Permadeath was quite straightforward. I did it per chapter. I'm not doing that per game bollocks. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting to the end of the game and like Abby punches me and I die and then I have to do the whole game again. I'm just not doing that because I had to do part 2 twice, as you'll see in a second. So that was straightforward. I'll talk about Last of Us more part 2 in a bit. Last of Us Remastered was one of my platinums. I have skipped 2 platinums. I'll go to those 2 first. I'll be back. We have to come back to Last of Us. That's fine. I'll be back. This is Call of Duty HQ. For any of you who don't know, Modern Warfare 2, when you install it, it installs Call of Duty HQ. And if you get the platinum for Modern Warfare 2, it counts as the platinum for Call of Duty HQ. Then what happens is, since Modern Warfare 2, every game that gets released, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, gets added as a DLC automatically to Call of Duty HQ. So all of us who have this on our trophy list, we're like scarred, we're cursed forever, because next year's COD game will get added to this and my percentage will go down again. So Modern Warfare 2 was my first ever ultra rare platinum. I have no clue why it's an ultra rare. All you have to do is complete the campaign on Veteran. By the way, the campaign is excellent. It's one of the best COD campaigns I've played in ages. Really loved it. And you have to do 3 or 4 trophies in co-op mode again. My boy Get Shanked helped me with that. Shout out to him. And that's it. You get it. You can literally you could do this in maybe not one day. You could do this in a day and a half. No lie. So after that platinum, I suddenly went on a roll. That was my first ultra rare platinum. And then suddenly I got 3 in a row. So my second ultra rare platinum was... Where is it? Sorry, we're having technical difficulties. Here it is. Yeah, I'm so proud of this. Call of Duty Black Ops. I'll talk about this more at the end. Call of Duty Black Ops. So proud of this platinum. This is an ultra rare PS3. Look at that. 14 years, 7 months. And then my third ultra rare in a row. So I got 3 ultra rare platinums, I think, in the year was The Last of Us Remastered, PS4. Again, 9 years, 8 months. 100% as well, which I'm really proud of. Yeah, the multiplayer grind is what stops people. I think there are 2 things that stop people getting this platinum: the multiplayer grind and the hardest difficulty. Not crushing. Grounded is a DLC trophy. Is it hardcore? It's not crushing. That's Uncharted. Survival mode. I think it's called survival mode. Yeah, you have to do it on survival mode, but you can do New Game Plus. So the thing I'll say is the multiplayer, I did half the multiplayer by myself and it was fine. The other half, I ended up finding a really good boosting group, which helped me to just speed through it, because doing it on your own was just shocking. Each multiplayer match takes 10 to 12 minutes at least. And you have to play 84 twice. You have to play like 168 matches. It's really annoying. But I highly recommend this, guys. This is a great platinum. Really proud of having this one. Could have made it a milestone, but I wasn't thinking ahead at the time. Then Days Gone. This is an old platinum. My third platinum. I made a good decision here. I was considering buying the PS5 upgrade, remaster, and then re-platinuming it. Whereas instead of wasting my money, I can just play Days Gone and do the 100%, which involves playing on survival difficulty, doing New Game Plus, and I've got to do the Challenger Mode trophy. So I think I popped 1 or 2 trophies, but this would be a nice game I'd like to 100% next year if I can. Then our next platinum was Split Fiction. This was co-op. It's from the guys who made It Takes Two and A Way Out. I didn't like it that much, I'm going to be honest. A Way Out and It Takes Two have very good stories, and they're very charming games. Split Fiction story is the weakest of the 3, and it tried to be too gamery, if that makes sense. Like, one of the girls has a sci-fi. You're 2 authors and you get thrown into each other's worlds. One is a sci-fi writer, one is a medieval dragons fantasy kind of writer. In the sci-fi world, it gets quite difficult. It's like you're like playing Cyberpunk, but the screen's split down the middle and you're coordinating with your partner. It's just not easy. The medieval dragons world was fantastic, lovely to look at and stuff, but yeah, the story wasn't that engaging. I didn't really love the characters that much, and the gameplay got a little bit too just too obnoxious. They just went a bit too far. There was too much happening, too much going on that you have to coordinate. And bear in mind, you can only get half the screen, and it's not even half landscape, it's half vertical. The line goes through the middle vertically. So it was okay, but if you've never played any of these games, I would go to A Way Out and It Takes Two. They're way better. Division 2, love this game. Trying to get it 100%. I got stuck on a DLC. Battle for Brooklyn is a boss that's just destroying me. Destroying me. I need co-op help badly, so I'll wait for that. Then I've got 2 lost trophies that require 8 players, which I have to coordinate. So we'll get to that eventually. Black Ops I mentioned. Astrobot. Finally went back 100% of this game. The speed run missions can go F themselves. I hate the speed runs. The difficult ones I didn't mind because there's no time limit, so you can, at times in the level, you can just take a gap and just try and look ahead and plan what you're doing. You just take a breather. The speed run, there's just, you can't make a mistake. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare was my 7th or 8th platinum. I had 1 trophy left. I had to complete 4 missions, so I went and bought a copy for like £2 and got the 100%, and that's that. Then after doing PS4 Last of Us Part 2, I gave it a month or two, and I went back and I did The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered PS5. The difference with this one is they've got something called no return mode, which actually, I don't know why I didn't play this on launch, but it's actually awesome. You do these like roguelike runs, and you have to fight different enemies in different settings, and it ends with a boss battle. You get different guns. You have to pick your upgrades carefully. It's actually really good. I grinded all of that out. I will be completely honest. I either started permadeath or grounded, and I was sitting there and I knew I had to play chronological. There's a gold trophy for chronological, which they released last year, which is playing the game in chronological order, which is, I'll talk about that in a minute. But I was starting either my grounded or permadeath mode, and then it hit me that I did this on the PS4 2 months ago. Maybe I could auto pop a trophy. So I won't lie to you guys, I auto popped the permadeath grounded trophies for Last of Us Part 2. I don't consider that bad because I already technically did them. But then I did the chronological trophy, which was as a playthrough, it was okay, but it kind of turned the game into like a TV show. It was like a TV series, the way it played out in order. But did that. Now I've 100%ed what I consider one of my top 5 games of all time, no question about it. And I'm happy to debate it with anyone that doesn't like this game. I absolutely love it. Ghost of Tsushima. I had a tutorial with a good friend of the channel who took me through the, not raid mode, legends mode, and kind of taught me how it plays out. So I really appreciate that, buddy. I'm going to go back and do the new game playthrough, get the DLC trophies, and then do New Game Plus, and then do Legends mode. And then I'm going to 100% this, and then I'm going to get Ghost of Yotei and finally play that. Resident Evil Revelations is the only Resident Evil game on my list that I popped a trophy for, so I thought instead of starting a new one, why don't we finish this one? You have to do... It's quite a tricky game. It's a Nintendo DS game, but it's like the aiming is very tricky. It's kind of like stuttery, the aiming. So, and you have to play on the hardest difficulty. So there's going to be a bit of a grind, a bit challenging. There's also a raid mode that you can do co-op. You have to get to like level 60. You have to defeat the hardest level a few times. It's like a 60-hour grind. Thankfully, I've had another friend of the channel carry me through raid mode, teaching me how it is. So I might have to tap him up. Hopefully, if he's watching, he can get a warning. But I might have to tap him up again in January maybe and try and play more of this. But I did appreciate that help. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Oh, ultra rare. No, sorry, I got 4 ultra rares this year. My bad. 4 ultra rares. I don't know why this is an ultra rare. You do a very quick campaign that's also very fun, and then you have to do an exo survival mode, which you can do co-op, or you can do with randoms and actually get carried through it. The 100% was painful. This was the most painful 100% I've done so far. 4 zombies maps, really hard trophies. The zombies mode is very different as well because you have an exosuit. It just plays a bit different. It's a bit janky. I'm not the best at zombies, but we got there in the end. I think I ended up boosting this with 7 different people from like 6 different countries, but we all got there somehow in the end. Borderlands 3 was probably, if I was to pick a poster boy of my backlog project, it's this guy. I got 1 trophy 3 years and 11 months ago. I picked it up. It had like 85 trophies to do. 81, it says it right there, ignore me. I bought the DLC for like around £25, 6 DLCs, and I grinded this out. This must have taken me 100 to 110 hours. It's not a bad game. It's a very funny game. I'll give Borderlands credit. Borderlands is very funny. But it's just a bit repetitive. Borderlands is not for me, but I'm glad I got this done in the end. Took a lot of perseverance. Modern Warfare Remastered was my 125th platinum. I left two annoying trophies to do, and I finally went back and said, you know what, let's plug in and really focus on them, and I finally got them done, and I'm really proud of this one. I felt like COD deserved the milestone in my list, so I gave it to this game. Modern Warfare 3, I'm grinding out with Get Shanked. There's a very annoying trophy, which I'm going to talk about shortly. Need for Speed Heat was another game that I popped. Need for Speed Heat, you put the game in, you pick a car, you start driving, 3 seconds later they give you a trophy. Literally that's it. Like from the minute you bought the game, 3 minutes later you've popped a trophy. I need a lot of help with this. Special guy Shao Connor helped me out a lot with this. So we got that done. That'll be my first and probably last driving racing platinum. Call of Duty HQ I mentioned. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I got this platinum. Did the story co-op with Score Addict, my partner on my podcast. And then finally got Miles Morales done, which was... It was good in the end. A bit janky. It was all right. There's a trophy for doing New Game Plus. I don't know why that's in the platinum. They force you to do a second playthrough, but whatever. It only takes like half a day. But yeah, I got that done. So that is my trophies. So to wrap up, let's go. Do you know what? I think we'll go full screen. All right, for the wrap up, I've picked a few awards that I'm going to go through and talk a little bit about next year, my top favorite platinums, etc., things like that. So we'll start off with my game of the year. This will be, I'm going by the new games that released. So I only ended up playing, I think, 3, maybe 4 brand new games, which is a bit shocking actually. Split Fiction, Doom: The Dark Ages, Assassin's Creed Shadows. There might be another obvious one. I don't think there is. Black Ops 6 was the year before. So my game of the year was Assassin's Creed Shadows. I thought it was fantastic. I really, really liked it. It's actually kind of got me motivated to get back into Assassin's Creed. Not back into, but into Assassin's Creed. I just really liked it. The setting, the graphics are beautiful. It's a game that I didn't play on... What do they call it? Quality and performance. I played it on quality mode at 30 frames a second because the game just looked so lovely. So, and that was fine for me. I really liked it. I'm going to go back next year. I'm going to 100% it, do the DLC and do a New Game Plus playthrough. Then we've got shittest trophy of the year. There are 4 shit trophies I want to talk about. 2 I've achieved, 2 I'm working on. We'll start with the 2 I'm working on. Black Ops 3. Straight away, any of you who've platinumed this game know exactly what trophy I'm going to talk about. It's called Personal Decorator. Black Ops 3 is one of those rare games where it's actually 2 platinums in one game. I kid you not. The trophy Personal Decorator is its own platinum. Comfortably. You have to earn the camo in every weapon. I have a spreadsheet, but I've lost count. I believe there are 32 weapons, and you have to get approximately 600 kills with each weapon. Do you know how much grind that is? You have to do other things as well, challenges, accolades and missions, training simulators, other things, but it's a huge grind. It's what's kind of stopped me finishing the platinum this year, but next year, hopefully. The The second trophy, which I'm literally been working on the last week, and I'm struggling with it, Modern Warfare 3 Slaughterhouse. You have to kill 50,000 zombies. I had pretty much got every zombie trophy done, and I think I've killed about 2, maybe 3,000 zombies. And now I have to somehow kill 47,000 more. So me and Get Shanked are just grinding this one out. And he's really helping me and motivating me, but I'm struggling with it. My next 2 shittest trophies of the year. Well, I have to pick one, I guess. Yeah, I know which one. So my next one is from Black Ops 6, Cyberized. Research 10 augment segments, augment research, whatever it's called, for 10 different augments. This is a grindy trophy that took me, I think, comfortably over 30 hours, maybe possibly 50 hours. And I remember really well when we were doing the live stream and we were doing zombies with Shaz and Get Shanked. I remember this so well. Shaz was telling me to do a lot of things. He was kind of teaching me zombies a little bit. And he made this quick side comment before we were doing something. And he went, don't forget to research your augments. I remember him so well saying this. And I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't know what he meant. I didn't think about it. I was too busy focused on the mission. And then I remembered months later when I wasted time not grinding this out. I remembered his voice and I was like, I should listen to him. That was a painful trophy, and it was my last trophy for the platinum, which I regret because it left the platinum on a bit of a bitter taste. I was just grinding out this trophy for hours on end, and once I finally got the platinum, it wasn't joy, it was just relief. So don't leave a crap trophy last. My shittest trophy of the year goes to Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines 2. The trophy is called Still a True Son of the Emperor. Kill 41,000 enemies, because the brand is called Warhammer 40,000. When you finish the game, when you finish all the trophies, multiplayer, single player, campaign, everything, you're at like 8,000 enemy kills. And then you have to sit there and grind out the remaining 33,000, wherever it is. It's awful. It's so bad, I actually made a video about it. I made a video just showing a good way of doing it, just to help people, because it's just an awful grind. My top 3 platinums of the year. In third place, Black Ops 6, because it was my first big Call of Duty platinum. I loved it. As I said to you before, it's my favorite multiplayer one. My second favorite platinum of the year, The Last of Us Part 1 Remastered. I'm really proud of that one. And my platinum of the year is Black Ops 1 PS3. Black Ops 1 was my first ever multiplayer COD game. I have fond memories of it, playing it 2010, 2011. And it's my oldest platinum, according to PSN Profiles, 14 years, 7 months. So I'm really proud of that. And then quickly, I'm going to talk about I'm going to review my year in more detail and talk about next year's goals with Score Addict on the Players vs. Platinum podcast. That'll be the first episode out on the first Sunday of January. Side note, guys, please check out our channel. It's really good. And if you enjoy that content, please consider subscribing. My next year's goals, just briefly, is get 20 plus platinums. Get my completion percentage up to 75%. I'm quite confident I can. I'm close to 70, and I think by the end of the year, 75% is quite doable as long as I keep at it with the discipline. And then in terms of new games, obviously I have one priority next year, which is Resident Evil 9, out February 27th. I can't wait. I've pre-ordered it already. I'm also going to take a few days off work just to play it and try and platinum it as quick as possible. So that's going to be the priority. And then new games, I might possibly get 007. I'm not fully sold yet. And I might get Wolverine. Again, I'm not fully sold. I need to see more when they come out. And then I'm hoping, if my completion backlog project is going well and I finish Resident Evil 9, I'm not addicted to it, which could happen, I'd like to pick one like massive game that I haven't started yet. So I'm thinking like Final Fantasy 16 or The Witcher 3, and start a really big one and try and platinum that in the background. It's been a long video. I didn't think it'd go on for this long, but my last few things I'd say is I've got a few pieces of advice or wisdom from a weary old trophy hunter like me. So 3 things I'll say. One is make a spreadsheet. When I made my spreadsheet in August last year, I was shocked at how helpful it is. It seems weird to make a spreadsheet about your gaming. I know it seems a bit cringe, but when you think about it, if you were going to the gym to lose weight or gain muscle, you'd have a plan. You'd have some notes on your phone about what your workouts are. If you're doing projects at work, you have spreadsheets and systems to track everything and to work on it. If you were doing a massive decoration project or you were building something in your home, like a garage or a side extension, you'd have a Google Doc writing everything down, all the costs, all the building supplies and materials that you need to buy, etc., etc. What I'm getting at is any project you would have project notes or a database of some sort. So treat your gaming like it's a hobby, but treat it like a project hobby. So make a spreadsheet. I really highly recommend this. Second piece of advice, very obvious, very simple. Play what you enjoy. It's your trophy list. Do what you want. Forget what everyone else is doing. Forget ever what the most popular platinum is right now. Just play what you enjoy playing. And advice number 3, my last piece of advice is co-op trophy hunting rules. It is so fun when you get trophies in co-op with people. It could be multiplayer in a game. It could be a dedicated co-op game. But over the last year, I've had the pleasure of getting trophies and platinums with my friends, and I've really, really enjoyed it. Trophy hunting can be a bit lonely because you spend extra time on a game, but it's really fun when you're trophy hunting with someone. So I highly recommend finding someone to play with online that likes your games, maybe doing a co-op game, or maybe if you like COD, picking a COD game, you can do it together. You can do the campaign in Black Ops 7 and Black Ops 3 together. You could do zombies, etc. You could do It Takes Two, A Way Out. But yeah, all the Tom Clancy games, Division, Ghost Recon, games like that. But yeah, I really highly recommend getting some trophies and platinums with a co-op buddy. It's really fun. It really makes it a lot more nicer. So that was my 2025. And then in general, I appreciate I've not banged out as many videos this year or live streams. In fact, I look back at the year and I think I only live streamed once, which is really bad. And I promised I would in November, December, but I've just been busy and not had time. So hopefully next year I can churn out more videos for you guys. You guys have been really patient. I'm going to get back on trophy list reviews, try and get one out for January, and eventually hopefully get a stream going. I think once I've played Resident Evil 9 in my own time and enjoyed it myself without spoilers, without anything, just me enjoying it, I think then probably a week or 2 after the release, I'll try and do a live stream so I can show it to you guys. But otherwise, as always, thanks a lot for your support on the channel, for leaving comments and engaging conversations with me. If you're interested, join our Discord. We got, I think, 58 of you champions now in our Discord. It's a really nice place. You can talk about platinums. You can find a boosting co-op partner. You can have rants about trophies, talk about new games, etc. So that's in my channel info. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and hope you all had a good holiday over the Christmas period, and most of all, wishing you a happy new year. Lots of happiness, lots of health, and lots of platinum trophies. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stay safe, have a good time, and see you next year. Take care.